Dennis Russell right along without my old pal Dave Brown. He won't be with us this week, and we'll be looking for him back next week. Right along ringside and all ready to go with another big action week of championship wrestling. This week, we're going to have the International Heavyweight Champion, Billy Travis, in here. The Southern Tag Team Champion, J.D. Costello's Mod Squad will be in about. In addition to that, an exciting young team of Paul Diamond and Michael Lee will be engaged in one. Bill Dundee and Buddy Landell will be involved in a tag match. And then a couple of single matches you're going to really enjoy. Jerry the King Lawler and Tough Pat Rose will be in one. And the final match will be Dutch Mantell going against Abdul Gaddafi. All of that lined up for today. Plus, you can guarantee a lot more. There always is. We'll be ready to go. Take time out now and be back with that opening bout in just a moment. Ready to go here as the International Heavyweight Champ Billy Travis peels off his jacket, takes the International belt, one he is very proud of, going against the Masked Patriot. Travis wrestling out of Lexington, Kentucky now. Billy formerly of Hamden, Connecticut, living up in Lexington. And boy, I'll tell you, you're talking about a young fella who always had the potential. It's amazing how winning that championship and having had a successful defense of it has just come out and given the confidence to where he looks better all the time. Of course, when you're going with the big boys and you got a title as prestigious as that international belt, you better be ready to go with the big boys. Masked Patriot tripped down to the deck and an arm bar follows from that. Patriot, good solid move as he slipped over to the ropes, and the referee called for a break. Travis circling, ties it up. Nice. Took that arm and took him over and down right into another bar on the Masked Patriot. As we said a little earlier, our old sidekick Davey off this week, but he'll be back with us next week. Referee Jerry Calhoun. And Travis continuing to hold with that arm bar in a standing position. He's whipped into the rope. Going for a hip toss, but it's reversed on the Masked Patriot. This is a one-fall, 15-minute time limit bout. We're about a minute into the action. Travis now with the Patriot face down on the mat, still hanging with that arm bar, very tight at the shoulder. He's got a good move on him right there. You can go a couple of ways. You can move back and really put some heavy pressure as you bend back on it. Travis chooses to come back to his feet as he's going to have to work around to where he can get a pin position or a submission if he's going to win it. Backdrop. Patriot down. Billy, once again, winded up on that arm, slips down the arm into a very tight bar. Patriot took him over, but Travis held on. They're right over by the ropes, and that could be a break. It will be. Travis, who has looked good in the opening minute and 50 seconds of this particular match, is continuing to dominate. Tied up, standing side headlock. Billy hollering something. I didn't hear exactly what it was, but the crowd responded with enthusiasm. Side headlock, standing dead center of the ring. A referee checks to be sure it's on the jaw. It was. And once again, going from the bar, tripping the Patriot down to the deck. Travis hanging on. Patriot being questioned about giving it up. He still has not indicated that he wants to. Bill's got a dandy. There's a perfect shot. You can see how tight he has that. He has the hand right on the shoulder, and that's where you can add that leverage by pushing down on the shoulder, lifting up on the arm, and it just compounds the result of the bar. Billy Travis, total control. Past the 3-minute mark in action as Travis hanging on again. Elects to take him down to the deck. Patriot has not shown much enthusiasm since the first 60 seconds. He tried one hip toss in there, which resulted in nothing. It was reversed on him. And this time, going the other way with the arm, Billy turned him right over and quickly snugs up that bar again. And now the Patriot making a move on the champion. This is a non-title bout, of course, a one called 15-minute time limit bout. Big elbow, best shot of the day from the Patriot, but he takes one and look at Travis reverting back to popping away with those fists in there, which he is not hesitant about using at all. To the midsection, over the top, rolls him down, close to the ropes. Is he going to get it? Yeah, boy! Billy Travis in 4 minutes and 34 seconds comes through with a victory. We've got matches back to back. Billy, want to get you over here before we get this next bout. Congratulations, partner. You took care of that one in good shape there. Listen, hey, turn around here where everybody can get a look at this new international heavyweight champ. I want to congratulate you. Of course, we did before on winning it, but also in a great defense. You got your feet wet now, and you've got some big guys taking a shot at you. Rip Rogers is getting ready to come in and try to take a shot at that title you got.
That's right, Lance. But first of all, I'd like to thank a few people that helped me. I'd like to thank Frank Morrell and Phil Hickerson. But most of all, I would like to thank the people, because without you, I don't think I could be champion. And I really appreciate the support. Now, Rip Rogers, you're an international star. But if you think you're going to come in here and take my belt, you're crazy, because I'm going to be fighting for the people. I'm going to be fighting for myself. Because you better watch out, Rip.
Okay, good luck to you, Billy, and we hope maybe you can just keep it on for a long, long time. That's exactly what he's got in mind, is coming in and taking that belt away. In the ring, as we said, we've got back-to-back matches opening up here. Kojo Yamamoto and his partner, Henry Rutledge, will be going against the AWA Southern Tag Champions out of the Badlands of New Orleans. J.D. Costello's Mod Squad, Spike and Basher, will be facing Yamamoto and Rutledge. Referee is going to be Jeff Jarrett, as the jackets and the helmets of the squad come off. Let's see, Yamamoto starting on the other side, and bell time, and we're off and running as Basher starts out. He hooks up with him, drives Yamamoto to the ropes, fires him in, misses the big elbow, and Kojo, couple of super shots. Let me tell you, your Mod Squad had a little trouble to start with right there, J.D.
Lance Russell, what's going on here? All these fans out here are booing me today. Are all your relatives here today? Is that what it is?
Well, they certainly aren't your relatives, or maybe they are. Maybe they know you.
New Orleans, the home of the Super Bowl, the home of Mardi Gras, and the home of J.D. Costello. Our dynasty is here. I'm sure you're graced by our presence, Mr. Lance.
Well, we're here to see the match, and the Southern Tag Champs have got it up in a non-title match as Basher tags Spike.
Who is this goof in the ring right now? Look at him. Lance Russell, you should put on tights and trunks. You'd do better than he's doing right now.
He is a little short of experience, but Henry Rutledge trying in there his dead level best. He's scooped up in the air, backbreaker down on the mat. Rutledge just took the force of Spike's leg drop on him. Foot to the back. Yamamoto trying to give him a little encouragement from the side over there, but it's not helping much.
I can see that Spike's in trouble right now. I better go to the ringside and help him out.
Yeah, he's in a lot of trouble. He fires Rutledge in, and boy, I'll tell you, that elbow almost straightened his hair out. Good night. He really tagged him one after that whip into the rope. J.D.'s what the crowd's saying. That was not an editorial comment. Into a hammerlock. Rutledge is picked up. Suplex on its way. Ooh, and a dandy, too. Yeah, I got to give the Mod Squad the rap that's coming to them, and that is they can wrestle. They're big, mean son of a guns. Both of them stocky, well built. They hold the Southern Tag titles. And they are working on poor J.D. Rutledge, who just got creamed down in the center. Look out! Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Dropped him down on him. Of course, he was in there illegally and not the benefit of a tag.
Wasn't that the most beautiful move you've ever seen in your life, Lance Russell? Everything's going according to the Mod Squad rule book today on television. I'm real happy. It's a beautiful day, and we're beating the heck out of that punk right there.
Well, there might be a little different story if Henry can get over there and get a tag on Yamamoto. Tojo open it up, but he needs to be back in there right now. Henry Rutledge being severely worked over by the Mod Squad. And the audience gathered for championship wrestling in unison, chanting JD's a wimp again. Basher. We saw a perfect example of very tight arm bar. This is a little different version that you're seeing. He's using more of the motion of the arm coming to the back and messing up that shoulder socket than he is a straight bar on the arm. With the arm wrapped over the rope, Basher just nailed Rutledge, and in a hammer position, Spike pulling it up while Yamamoto made a spurt across the ring, but the referee runs him out. And the Mod Squad in pretty healthy condition right now. They are completely dominating Henry Rutledge in the going of this tag match.
We could do better with a bowl of mashed potatoes in there than who we've got right now, Lance Russell. Eddie Mullen ought to be ashamed of having this out here.
Well, it is a situation where Rutledge got off to a bad start, and things have done nothing but get worse for him. Basher takes over once again. There's another tag on Spike. I guess he was giving him a high five or something. Now he tagged him, and here they are. Count of 1, 2, 3. And the Mod Squad. Heavyweight dudes, and I'll tell you, they ended up winning that son of a gun with no problem at all. We'll take time out. We've got more action coming up in just a moment.
What a night of action coming up Wednesday night in Evansville. I'm talking about at the Coliseum when it is going to be loaded with action, including those 2 outstanding cage matches. No time, no disqualification. One of them with Mantell challenging Landell, and the other one was when Jerry the King Lawler challenges Bill Dundee for that Southern Heavyweight title. Both inside the cage. No time, no disqualification. We got some comments recorded earlier from Dundee.
You know, brother, when you want to catch flies, you put out honey. But when you ain't got no honey, you ain't catching flies, brother. You got to put up a belt. And we had to put up a belt to get you where we wanted you. Because every time we've been beating you up, Lawler and Mantell, somebody comes in to help you. Well, he's got Dutchman in a cage, and I got you, Lawler. And I'm taking you out, sport, because you shouldn't be here in the first place. You and Lance Russell is the ones to blame for what's going to happen to you. And it's all on his head. He's the one that started it, Lawler, and I'm going to finish it. He's the one that got you back here. And this is what's going to get you in the cage with a superstar. And I'm taking you out, boy.
You know, Bill, I think we ought to get facts out right now. We're the ones that wanted the stipulation of the cage match because every time we came up against Dutch Mantell and Jerry Lawler, we beat their brains in. We had to buy new soles. Well, I guess we spent $100 on lacing on the soles on our boots from chasing them back to the dressing room. Oh, that's fine, Dutch Mantell. If you think you can take this belt away from me, boy, the problem is you think you're going to get through me to get to Bill because you're scared of Dundee, right? That's the problem. And Lawler, Bill's already run you out of town once. Mantell, if you want some of me, baby, come
me get it. Right, Bill?
That's right, and just let me tell you this, Jerry Lawler. You're leaving, brother. It's not signed leave to leave, but you're going to be so embarrassed when I beat your brains out in that cage because none of your stooges can get in to help you. I'm taking you out, Lawler, and the Nature Boy's taking the Dutchman. We'll see how bad you are in that cage.
Easy cage action coming up Wednesday night in Evansville. Son of a gun, that and a lot more. We'll be looking for you to be out there Wednesday night in Evansville. Make it a point to bring all the family out. This is one time you don't want to miss it. Be sure and see us Wednesday night.
As a matter of fact, here they are. J.D. Costello and the Southern Tag Champs, the Mod Squad. I understand you just got back from New Orleans. Were you down there visiting Mama, or is she not speaking to you this week?
No,
J.D.?
I was down there, Lance. Let me describe the party atmosphere in New Orleans right now. The whole town's partying out in the streets in celebration of the Mod Squad's victory as the new Southern Tag Team Champions. They love us down there. All the fans were waiting for me when I got at the airport. Look at this ring my mother gave me. It's a diamond horseshoe ring.
Notice?
She gave it to me. It has very special significance because it came from clans and clans of the Costellos, and it stands for power, control, and dominance. Now, I think all the morons out there have finally realized that we are the champions. Now, we're just not any champions. We're the type of champions, we don't hide behind our belts, we defend them. That brings me to the topic of Paul Diamond and Michael Lee. Now, they want to wrestle us. I don't blame them. They have great inspiration of wrestling the Mod Squad because they want to win our belts. Let me tell them one thing. Those belts have permanent home, have a permanent home behind the waist of Spike and Basher, and the closest they're going to get to our belts is when they're in the ring and the referee is going over the rules and regulations before the match begins. Not only will we outsmart them in the ring, we'll outclass them, we'll out-wrestle them, we'll even out-sneak them in the ring. Mother's master plan is working. You're looking at number one, and you can't be any better than we are right now. And remember one last thing. The word Costello and the word winning goes hand in hand.
Well, we heard from J.D. Costello talking about the Mod Squad in the ring right now, a young team that we have been very impressed with. We're talking about the team of Paul Diamond and Michael Lee, and they will be in our next match, as a matter of fact, as we will be getting ready to go. Wait a minute. Yeah, please.
Come down here. Lance Russell, you know, for the last few weeks, I've came out here and I've issued a challenge to that bum, Jackie Frog, on that punk Jeff Jarrett, and I still haven't heard a reply. I told you they're afraid of me. I told you, listen, everybody knows that Jerry Jarrett was one of the biggest cowards in the sport of professional wrestling. But I guess his son Jeff has done and heard that cowardness from him, and he has got to be the biggest coward of all time, Lance Russell.
Yeah,
that's
you can
right.
Stand out here and run your mouth about how big a coward somebody is.
That's right. He hasn't accepted my challenge yet. You know, I have issued a challenge. I don't care any place, anytime, anywhere in the country. All he's got to do is sign the contract, and I'll be there because I know I can take him.
Yeah. Well, you can make all the challenges you want. Your record has not improved since the last time that we saw you.
I know I don't have. I probably.
Hey, don't run off, Tony.
Get him out of here.
Don't run away. No, here's somebody who would like to have a word with you.
Yeah, that's right. Let me say this to you, Tony Falk. Now, you want to come out here and you want to talk about Jerry Jarrett being a coward. You want to talk about Jeff Jarrett being a coward. Let's talk about Tony Falk being a coward. Let's talk about you for just a minute, Falk. Now, first of all, if you want to wrestle somebody, you know, all I got to do is I got to think back a few months to the time that I was wrestling Bill Dundee, and you were the jerk that come out and threw the ink in my eyes. Right. Now, what kind of coward does that take, Tony Falk? You want to talk about Jeff Jarrett and you want to talk about Jerry Jarrett. Why don't you talk about wrestling somebody that knows how to wrestle? The only reason you want to wrestle Jeff Jarrett is because he's not a wrestler yet. He's just trying to be one. He just wants to be one. He's just training. You want to wrestle him because he's not a wrestler yet, and you think that's the only way you can win. Why don't you get in the ring with somebody that's already a wrestler like myself, punk?
Here's a man right here.
You see what I told you? They got to have somebody to fight the battles for them. They got to have somebody else to fight the battles. I want Jeff Jarrett in the ring. I don't care where it's at. Like I told you, they got to have somebody else to fight the battles for them. And
man,
yeah, you do. What you doing?
Why don't you get in the ring with me? Jeff Jarrett's no coward.
Man's already said you want to get in the ring. Just come sidle right on up. Jerry Lawler going to answer his challenge right away. He'd like to get in the ring. Just go ahead and hop in. Whoa! Uh-oh. That's Jeff Jarrett, who just refereed the last match, comes out and nails Tony Falk, jumped him from behind, and he is pounding on Falk. Here comes Eddie Marlin. Eddie pulling Jeff off, and Eddie's doing the right thing. Falk goes running out. Well, I was delighted to see Tony get a little answer to all of his bragging and stuff in there, but this is not exactly the time nor the place to do it. So Eddie Marlin came out, got him off. Here's Tony Falk. He's involved in this next match. It's a tag match with Keith Eric and Falk going against Diamond and Lee. And hopping up to the ring, I think we're ready to go. Keith Eric will be starting it off. Paul Diamond from the other side. Well, he found out. I guess you found out Jeff Jarrett wasn't so much of a coward and being afraid of him.
Hey, Lance Russell, you see that? It took both of them, two of them on me. I don't know where he learned that. Tojo Yamamoto must have taught him how to sneak up and Pearl Harbor somebody from behind. Let me tell you something. He's going to have to pay for that. I'm not going to rest until he's paid. He's got to sign that contract.
Well, I kind of won on Keith Eric as Falk hops up on the ring. Eric over to tag. Your partner wanted.
You see what I told you? He's a coward. What kind of man would sneak up and jump somebody from behind, Lance Russell? They're all a coward. Jerry was the biggest coward in wrestling. Now his son is.
Maybe it's because you were out here hollering, coward, coward, coward. Big elbow from Michael Lee puts Keith Eric down, and Tony Falk astutely avoided another tag.
See, Lance Russell, I'm not going to stop until I get my hands on that boy for what he did to me. You know I can take him, Lance Russell. I know he's been training a couple weeks, and I know I can beat him, and they're afraid of that. So that's why they're trying to keep him out of the ring.
Oh, you think that in 2 weeks he ought to be ready to go and have a career as a professional wrestler. Great. And dropping is Paul Diamond down on Keith Eric. Keith has been in there since the opening. Eric whipped in again. Big drop kick from Michael Lee. And as Eric comes to the corner, I believe you're wanted up there, Tony.
You see, Jerry Lawler had no business sticking his nose in my business. See, they've always had somebody else to fight their battles. That's how the Jerry's operated for years, and I'm sick and tired of it. I don't want Jerry Lawler out here no more.
He just came out to answer your challenge. If you wanted to wrestle a wrestler, hop in the ring. No, maybe it's true what he pointed out, that you want somebody other than, Keith Eric got nailed from behind as he was trying to make a tag.
See, Lance Russell, this makes me so upset. I've been training real hard, and I know I'm fixing to turn my whole career around. All I want to do is get that first win, and I want that punk in the ring.
Well, there's no question. I don't think anybody would deny the fact that your career can't go any way but up, because you've certainly gotten off to the most inauspicious start of any wrestler I've known in a long, long time. Paul Diamond drops with a leg down, and Keith Eric, I hate to feel sorry for somebody, but this guy is getting his brains beat out in there, while Tony Falk is making trips to look at that splash coming off the ropes over there. And Eric down on the deck as Michael Lee really sailed off and hit him. Now Eric into a head scissors. And Michael kicks right out of it again. Lee and Diamond are doing exactly what they're supposed to do, and that is win the match. They can't bother about the problems that Eric has with Tony Falk.
Okay, let me tell you something, Lance Russell. I mean, I'm not going to rest until I've got that punk in the ring. I've been training real hard lately, and I know I can take him. All he's got to do is sign the contract any place, anywhere in the country. Just sign your name on the dotted line.
Why don't you pick a professional wrestler out, Tony, instead of looking for somebody who is not a qualified professional wrestler? No, you got to have Jeff Jarrett. Double drop kick on Keith Eric. Paul Diamond covers 1, 2, 3 out, and that's going to be it. 4 minutes and 19 seconds. the winners, Paul Diamond, Michael Lee. And they took care of business. That's exactly what they were in there to do. They took care of business, and it was a win for Diamond and Lee. Well, thanks a lot from your partner. I'm sure he appreciated you being over here talking.
Hey, I had something on my mind. That didn't mean nothing to me. That guy didn't.
Another loss goes down in the record.
Hey, that doesn't mean anything to me. Hold it. Wait a minute. What's he doing? Wait a minute.
Jerry. I'm going to get out from in between them.
Let me just say this. Let me say one more thing. I want you to listen. I want you to listen good to this, Tony Falk. Now, we sat back there and we listened to you run your mouth about how bad you want to get Jeff Jarrett, right? You want him real bad, right?
Yes, that's right. Yes.
Well, he and I just talked to Eddie Marlin back there, and he said if you want him so bad, he'll add that match to the card, brother, if you'll sign your name to the contract.
Okay, let me have it. You know, Jerry Lawler, that I can beat him. You know I can. I tell you what, I know I can beat him.
Let me just say this. Tony Falk, now we know the only reason you want Jeff Jarrett is because he's never had a professional match. He's not, you know, he doesn't have the size that he needs to be a wrestler, but obviously, he don't need to be a wrestler to beat you. What? I think half of these people in this audience could beat you, Tony Falk. And you're going to be, this is going to shut you up once and for all after you're beat by a guy that's not even a wrestler yet, jerk.
Well, I'm not certain that it's good judgment for him to accept it, but he proved one thing. He's certainly no coward, like you were saying.
Hey, he better, let me tell you something right now. If I can't beat him, I would take and burn my tights and my boots in the middle of the ring. If you imagine if Jeff Jarrett beat me, how humiliated I would be. Yeah. If he can beat me, I will burn my tights and my boots in the middle of the ring.
Well, you heard Tony Falk say it, that he'll burn his tights right in the middle of the ring in there. Okay. He has agreed, Jeff Jarrett has, that he will get in the ring. He's not afraid of him. I don't know whether it's a good idea or not, but anyhow, he's agreed to do it, and it will happen, be added to the card. We'll take time out and be back in a moment.
Ooh, I got that whole Wednesday night card going to give you in just a moment. Listen, you folks around Ferdinand, Indiana, tomorrow night's the night. That's right, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You got that? 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Tomorrow night, Ferdinand, Indiana, it's going to be held championship wrestling at Forest Park High School. Hope maybe you'll make it a point to be on out there. All right, let's take a look at the entire card coming up. Wednesday night, Evansville Coliseum, and what a night it is for crazy cage action. Joe LeDuc opens up in a handicap match, a tag match with Abdul Gaddafi and Pat Rose going against Pat Tanaka and Jeff Young. Hey, here's one you want to see. Tony Falk and Jeff Jarrett, will be going in not a wrestling match, but a street fight. Billy Travis defends against Rip Rogers in the international bout. Southern Tag, the Mod Squad against Diamond and Lee, and then Landell against Mantell, Dundee against Lawler, both in the cage. No time, no disqualification, 2 belts on the line. Be there.
And as the bell sounds, the action has already started. Jim Jamison, Bill Dundee in a 1-fall, 15-minute single match. Dundee slugging Jamison around. Whoa, and he knocked the props out from under him. Caught him with that elbow, slaps him upside the back of the head, and Jamison coming right back at Dundee. And Dundee, particularly crazy today. He is just screaming and running that mouth. Come on, hit me. As he drops down on Jamison, blasts him again. Another foot to the head. Referee Jerry Calhoun trying to tell him to stay out of the hair. But that's just one of the many infractions already. Slugs Jamison again. Man, going after Dundee and surprised him. But Dundee off the rope, blazed that right hand out. Took Jamison's feet right out from under him. Power slam. Dundee with a hook. 2, 3. Got him. Minute and 18 seconds. Bill Dundee in a one-sided he keeps the title as he blasted him good. Minute and 18 seconds. Dundee the winner. We've seen it, Bill. You are the winner. We're going to take time out, and we're going to be back in just one moment. Back in the ring right now to referee the figure who was controversial with Tony Falk, Jeff Jarrett.
Good to see you, Les. Thank you very much. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you very much.
Oh, okay. Pat Rose, I thought he had something of importance to say. The Pensacola Warrior hops up in there to go against, from Memphis, Tennessee, the King. And Pat Rose, his opponent, 1 fall, 15 minutes. And Rose, before they got the jackets off, runs across the ring, nails Lawler hard, stomping away on him. He got a quick start. He figures maybe that this is his springboard. Pat whipped in, and backdrop by Lawler. Rose, quite a scrapper himself. He tried to get a quick jump on Jerry Lawler and found out that Lawler, as we have said, recuperates pretty fast. Right after Rose into the corner, a couple of shots with that right hand, beals him out of the corner. Most of the way across the ring, and Jerry Lawler in a 1 fall, 15-minute time limit match with Pat Rose. Comes in with a chin lock on that reverse face lock. He's got Pat Rose on the deck. Couple of hands full of hair. The referee breaks that out. Jerry hanging tight. Grabs the hair after Rose had pulled his, and he jerks it back and forth and returns to that reverse face lock. Lawler and Pat Rose. Championship wrestling. We've still got lots of it coming up. Following this match, there will be one with Dutch Mantell and Abdul Gaddafi. That ought to be a dandy. Pat Rose grabbing the hair, takes Lawler down, goes into an arm bar, and the referee says, break it up, you use the hair. Rose using the refuge of the ropes. I believe I would too if Jerry was out there waving that right fist at me. Side headlock with Lawler. He doesn't have a real good position on him as Lawler has still got his feet braced out wide away from him. Whoa, the big shoulder, and Rose, a stocky son of a gun, got caught with a hip toss, a dandy. And Lawler nails him with a right hand. Yeah, Jerry doesn't hesitate. When it's time to fire, he'll fire, and he knows guys like Pat Rose who are rough and tumble and will wrestle any kind of way. Rose up out of the corner, comes straight at Lawler. And a little test of strength. Both hands now. Rose goes to the midsection, takes some shots from Lawler. Rose got in one, but Lawler got in about 5. Nailed him with a right, turns him over, and gets only a 1 count. As we're at the 3-minute mark of this 1 fall, 15-minute time limit bout, Pat Rose again straight ahead. He's tangling up with Lawler at the turnbuckles. Referee Jeff Jarrett calling for a break, and Rose breaks with a right to the midsection and 1 to the head. Snaps Lawler over the shoulder, and he goes for that reverse face lock. Rose catching a little rest himself, and at the same time putting a little heat on Lawler as he's twisting away on that reverse face lock. The King is cut loose by Rose, who drops him, and he's right at the top of the spine. Boy, that's painful right there. Stomped on him a couple of times. Shoots a right hand, and Lawler pops Gets one to the midsection. Bouncing the head off the turnbuckle. Here he goes across the ring, but Lawler too quick. Pat Rose out, covers him up, 1-2, and scared the King as he almost got him a win right there. Rose taking advantage. He swung up, kicked Lawler down, covered him immediately, and tried to get that surprise. 1, 2, 3. 4.5 minutes down as Pat Rose hanging on now to a reverse face lock again on Lawler. It's been a good go, as we knew it would be. Rose putting the head. And this time he slams Lawler's head at the turnbuckle. Going for a suplex. Takes him in the air, over and down. And Lawler finds himself in trouble. As Pat Rose complaining to the referee about the slow count, what he considered to be a slow count. Body slam. Rose back into the ropes. Misses the elbow as Lawler timed it just right. Rolled out of the way. Crowd hollers as he snaps that strap down, a trademark of the King. Shooting that left jab, followed by the right. And Lawler going for a suplex, stands him up, and gets him back over. Jerry hops up to the second rope, cocks the fist, flies out, and unloads the bazooka at him. That's going to be it. He finished him. 6 minutes and 4 seconds. Pat Rose goes down to a 1, 2, 3 by the King. We've got more action. Be back to it in just a moment.
Into the action. We still got some of it to go. Hey, before I get into Wednesday night, boy, I just tell you, there's such a night of action coming up. I want to remind you that tomorrow night, you folks are on Ferdinand, Indiana. The time is 6 p.m. Eastern time, and it's going to be at Forest Park High School for championship wrestling. All right, Wednesday night, what do we tell you? Cage crazy. By golly, that's going to happen when the Mid-America title is on the line, and Dutch Mantell will be challenging Buddy Landell. No time, no disqualification, Dutchman.
Okay, now Landell has run his mouth, and he's talked about me, and he's talked about Lawler, and he's talked about all the fans in Evansville. But now, Landell, let me tell you, Nature Boy, it's time to put up or shut up. And you better put up all you got, because we're going to be inside that ring, me and you. And I think you're shuddering to think that you won't have Bill Dundee ready to run in, because we got a 12-foot steel cage around us. It's just me and you in there. And the beauty of it is that Mid-America belt's on the line. So, Landell, I'm going to make up. You got to me last week in Evansville, but that's the last time you'll ever get to me, Landell, because I'm bringing it to you this time. And when I walk out there, I'm going to take that belt with me. I'll see you in Evansville.
And, partner, that won't be the end of it, because following that, immediately inside that cage, no time, no disqualification, the King goes after the Southern Heavyweight title held by Dundee.
That's right, Lance. This is the match that I've been waiting for. Ever since the day that I was able to come back into this area, this is the match that I've been counting the minutes until I got it. And now it's happening Wednesday night right here in Evansville. And Dundee, I want you to realize, punk, that this is not going to be just some little chicken wire stretched around the ring. This is a 12-foot high steel cage. And that's to keep everybody else out and you and I inside, brother. And this is a match that I'm going to sit down before this match takes place, and I'm going to think back of all the times that I had to get on an airplane and fly a long distance away from my home to make a living, to wrestle because of you, punk. And I'm going to take it all out on you Wednesday, because it's no secret. I know it, the people know it, and you know it. I hate your stinking guts, and I'm going to get my Southern Heavyweight belt back Wednesday night in that cage.
We saw Jerry Lawler involved in an excellent single match when he went against Pat Rose in there, and he came out victorious. We're getting ready in just a moment to see our final bout, which is going to be an expiration of time match with Dutch Mantell and Abdul Gaddafi. Interestingly enough, both of these participants have previously held the International Heavyweight title. It should be a dandy. Before we get to it, though, want to take a moment out to listen to the King, who's talking about what I think is one of the most exciting video cassettes that you will find in a long, long time. Listen to Jerry.
Hi, everybody. This is Jerry the King Lawler. And the people at Independent Media Marketing have put together a very special video just for all my fans out there. If you order it right now, you're going to get 60 minutes of wrestling's heart and soul. You're going to see on it some of my most spectacular entrances into the different arenas and coliseums, and also a match that has become a classic all across the country. It happened in Tupelo, Mississippi, and it happened in the concession stand. Also, you're going to see some of my greatest moves, including the big pile driver, and the match that, well, that everybody in the world talked about. The Andy Kaufman feud is all included on there. Also, you're going to see a showdown match with one of my toughest opponents ever, the wild man from Texas, Terry Funk, and it was a bloody and brutal battle. Also, you're going to see some of my most vicious opponents that I've ever faced, including guys like Jimmy Valiant and Joe LeDuc. And then you're going to see the big Jimmy Hart loser leave town match, the match in which I went against Eddie Gilbert to get rid of Jimmy Hart from this area once and for all. You're going to see the King throw the fire. You're going to see wrestling's first music video and much, much more. That's all on this video. And if you order right now, you're going to get a special price. It's only $29.95. Now, this video is not available in stores. You just send $29.95 plus $5.25 for shipping and handling to the Jerry Lawler Video, Post Office Box 3020, Cherry Hill, New Jersey, 08034. Or you can call now and order it over the telephone by dialing 1-800-524-2507. It's a free call, 1-800-524-2507. I had a special hand in making this video, and I know all my fans are going to love it. So order yours now.
All right, a dandy of an hour. It'll be well spent in watching that, but you got to get it first. I hope you took down the numbers and the address and all. Bell time, and here we go. As Dutch Mantell going against Abdul Gaddafi, and you look across this ring, boy, you've got to have a little lump in your throat as you see this Gaddafi. This sucker goes 280, and he is much man. I'm not particularly keen about the kind of man he is, but there's a lot of him physically. Whatever. He was showing the Dutchman how tough and strong he is. Abdul Gaddafi on the right. Dutch Mantell on the left. Referee is Gary Calhoun. Gaddafi winds the arm up. Dutchman draws it back, ready to nail him. He should have fired it a little quicker. Oh, he won't blink an eye about firing one. Gaddafi just pulled him down before he got it off that time, as he did again. Grabbing a hair, jerks Dutch off his feet. And the Dutchman retaliates. Hey, don't be telling me about hair pulling. He started it. That's what Dutch is saying. Oil Trough, Texas, #1 citizen, Dutch Mantell. In case you missed it a little early, Davey's gone this week. He will be back. Dave Brown will be back with us next week. Oh. Dutch tried to put the shoulder and knock Gaddafi off his feet. He's given away a little too much weight. Dutch standing with a side headlock, is fired into the ropes. He goes under the big arm, but he's caught with a clothesline this time. You want to get a picture of what it's like. Imagine you running out your front door and some guy standing out there with a ball bat and nails you as you come through that front door with that baseball bat. That's about what it's like to get hit with one of Gaddafi's forearms. Boom! He drops with the elbow. Hooked him up. tried to go for the pin, but he got 2 count. We are about 3 minutes into this fall of this expiration of time match, and Mantell, feeling the fury of Abdul Gaddafi, has him in a bear hug. Dutchman grabs the hair, and the referee pulls his hands out. Referee trying to keep Dutch from pulling that hair, but Dutch is being pressured by this big powerhouse. Pops a right hand, and another one, but Gaddafi holds on. Dutch with an elbow gets out of that bear hug. But not for long. In the corner, right up above us, Gaddafi gloms Dutchman. Slams him down to the second rope. And with a big elbow. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, and Dutch kicks out of it. Gaddafi again fires with a right, whips Dutch in, meets him right back with that bear hug. And of course he's using what works best for him, and that is his size and strength. He just tries to wear you down. And if he's not doing something like this, he will be pounding on you with that big broad arm. Grabbing that hair, Dutch trying to shake the head loose. Gaddafi with Dutch back over in the corner, pounds away, takes a little shot from Dutch and a foot to the midsection. And the tough Texan wheels him around with a front face lock. Dutch again fights out of the corner. Slams the Dutchman down, does Gaddafi. There he goes. Oh, he missed. Boy, Dutch got out from under that 280 pounds floating through the air. The Dirty Dutchman. And you don't make Dutch mad when you call him that. As he says, I didn't get the name Dirty Dutch from kissing babies. Reverse on the whip. And this time, Mantell coming off with a clothesline. Gaddafi jumps under it. He nails the referee, and Jerry Calhoun is down. Gaddafi takes the belt right off the referee and starts slamming away on Dutch Mantell with the referee's belt. And after 7 minutes of the action, Gaddafi gets down and dirty, says, ring the bell, as he is choking Dutch Mantell, but Dutch pulls the belt away and runs Gaddafi out of here. So the first fall in 7 minutes and 13 seconds is going to go to Dutch Mantell. We'll take time out, be back in a moment. Well, the expiration of time has expired, as a matter of fact, and even if we had a couple of minutes, Gaddafi is 2 falls down. Dutch won the first one in 7:18 and then won the second one by disqualification when Tony Falk jumped in there. And so Dutch is 2 falls up. He is the winner. Outstanding action today. Billy Travis was a victor. Mod Squad picked on Henry Rutledge primarily to win that tag match. Diamond and Lee came out victorious over Falk and Eric, as Falk was talking over here rather than concentrating on the ring. Dundee defeated Jameson. It was Lawler over Pat Rose and a dandy, and then a recap Mantell in 2 straight falls, the last one by disqualification over Abdul Gaddafi. A doggone good day of action. Our old buddy Dave Brown is going to be right back with us again next week. We're looking forward to that championship wrestling. We will have not only some outstanding live matches, but in addition to that, we'll bring along some doggone good tapes and try to run a few of those for you, too. So until we see you next week, Lance Russell saying bye-bye, everybody.
The announcers on this program